Hello and welcome to episode 150, maybe, of the Boot Nerds podcast.
Maybe.
We're not actually sure.
We've lost track. And I mean, there's not going to be that many regular episodes for you to get mad at us over missing the podcast episode. So, I mean, it's fair game now. How's life, man?
Life is good. Just waiting. What's your call for the World Cup final, Jay? And everyone else, is this podcast going up before the final?
I hope so. Depends on,
Should be. If it is, everyone leave your prediction who's winning the World Cup this year.
Yes. And if not, you can also leave your prediction and everyone can be right. So, I hope that France are going to take it. And I know I'm going to get flamed in the comments, but I hope that they take it because I would like to see a team actually winning it back to back. And I know there's this whole, love story around Messi taking it, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, cool. But I still, I'm rooting for France, man. I wasn't before the tournament. And for me, it's like basically the two teams that I didn't really want it to win, to win it. But, France, what do you say?
I mean, I'd love to see Messi win it at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I think France has been the best team in the tournament, though.
Yeah,
and as of us recording this podcast, there's all this news floating around that Benzema might be on the roster for the final game.
I don't think he's gonna come back. No, I don't think he's gonna come back.
No,
I read that yesterday, and then everyone was like, "Nah, he's not gonna join."
It seemed crazy. Like I don't think he would start, but maybe off the bench. I don't know. I don't know how legit that is. That would be cool. I think it'd be cool to see. I don't know if that's ever happened before, where someone just appeared in the final and no other game in the tournament.
Who was that? Was that an Italian guy? Or was that an English guy? I remember somewhere about, was it 1990 or 1994, where I think it was an Italian guy who got injured early on, came back and missed a penalty. Yeah, he missed a penalty in the final against Brazil. So that was wild.
This would have been a while ago then.
Yeah, I don't think Benzema's gonna come back. I mean, and it wouldn't be good for team morale. And also, you can just come back and play. And nah.
Yeah, they've had Giroud's been so good. How do you not play him? And
so, but who are you rooting for? Like, who do you want to win in your heart?
I'm kind of with you on the France thing, simply because I really hate.
Oh,
no, I hate the Cristiano Ronaldo slander that's happening right now. I know, and I think if Argentina wins and then Messi wins the World Cup,
Messi
there's just going to be
going to go into
I don't want to see that.
Yeah,
to be honest with you.
And I'm with you. I'm not really Ronaldo's biggest fan right now because of all the stuff that he's not really handled himself with grace.
No, I don't agree with a lot of what he's done lately.
But I do also think that there's a lot of recency bias towards Messi. I mean, I might also, if I have to point at one of the two being the best player, of which I don't, I haven't seen enough of the OGs to really be able to say that. And if it's even possible to say conclusively that one guy is the best player because times have changed and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But I would be leaning towards Messi out of the two. But still, I think, him winning the World Cup would create so much recency bias that people would just completely lose.
I still think they're so statistically so close.
Yeah.
They just are.
And you've always used this argument against Messi that he hasn't won a World Cup. Well, what if he then had? Well, fair play. But still, I just can't deal with all the Messi fanboys coming out. And look, I'm not saying that he's not arguably the best ever and that he doesn't deserve the World Cup. I think he does. Mm-hmm. He's been such a great servant to football fans for so many years, right? But it's just like, oh, no. And it's kind of the same with France with Mbappe. It's just like, oh man, there's going to be so much fanboy hyper going into overdrive mode. I can't do it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've gotten too old for this.
I think the back-to-back World Cup thing would be really cool to see.
It would be really cool.
It's also crazy to think that France has 4 or 5, maybe even 6 players that could start that aren't playing.
But this is also why it's like, it just says more about the World Cup to me. If France do win it, I mean, even the French media is talking about how France have not been the best version of France ever. They don't have their best players with them. And it's just frightening to think about that they're in the final. I mean, this was England's year. I mean, this was the year to win it.
Yeah.
They were arguably better against France, and still not, England's gonna England. Sorry to all the English listeners, but they're just, it's just a curse, man. But
and I feel like Argentina, is it bad to say that they've had the easier run to the final? Like
I think they've had the more difficult run.
You think they've had the more difficult run?
Yeah.
I think they were allowed. They had that speed bump against Saudi Arabia, which it all worked out in the end. And I think as crazy a story as Morocco making it to the semifinal was, by that time you kind of just had to. I was of the belief that they were just going to run out of gas.
Sure.
And like that, if you're going to pick one team to play in the semifinal, that was the team you wanted, right?
Yeah. Well, that's true. But I just think the two sides of the qualification tree. I think the path for Argentina would potentially have been more difficult than France's or England's or whatever. But it just so happened that Brazil and Spain and all those other big teams, they just crashed out early. So yeah.
It's, honestly, it's been a really great tournament to watch. I think the matches have been awesome.
We've had a lot of awesome matches. Yeah, it just hasn't felt right to me. And I know it's just been something about it. That I haven't felt the excitement that I felt for the last couple of tournaments. It's just been a little bit weird for me. Maybe also because Denmark, I mean, that definitely put a dampener on things, right? But yeah, I just don't,
Well,
it's not been great.
There you have it. Boot Nerds World Cup analysis that nobody asked for.
But the good thing is that what people have been asking for is that we go over a lot of your Nike by You, Nike ID Mercurial designs. And boy, do we have a lot for you today. Obviously, you've seen our own designs. They are awesome, if we do so ourselves. But you have also sent in a lot of cool designs that we're simply just going to rate out of 10. It's going to be very, 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 very subjective. And you might not agree with us. If you don't agree with us, it's cool. You can tell us in the comments. But it's just it's the first time you've seen them. I've seen them once before today when I gathered all the designs, and there's no agenda, there's no scheming. It's just looking at them, giving off our initial reaction to them. So without further ado, should we just start from the top with the A's and take it alphabetically, go down?
Let's do it like that. Super easy.
Let's do it like that. So we start up with a guy called Alex Dubois, who sent in 3 designs. He couldn't really decide, and basically he has this purple pair. And he has a black and purple pair, and then this white and gold and silver pair, which I reckon looks pretty cool. He said that we should basically decide which one we like more. So which one do you like more? And let's rate that.
I'm with you. I think the black pair is the coolest one.
Okay.
I like that the most. The purple pair is really cool. I also really like that one, and I'd be curious to see that color in person. I think in terms of standing out as a pair of unique Mercurials, that's probably the one where Nike's never going to release a colorway in that shade of purple. So you're unique from that perspective. However, I just think the black ones look a lot better. And the white ones are also super nice, but
they're super cool, yeah.
They don't do a lot for me.
I want to rate the purple ones though. What do you say to those? Out of 10.
The purple one is easily a 7 out of 10 for me.
Yeah.
I like them.
Yeah. I think 7.5. I think it's really nice. I don't agree with the pearlescent tooling on those. I think I would have gone for something darker, but that's just me. It looks a little bit white on the top, white on the bottom. It's a little looks a little heavier. But yeah, I think that's a cool one. If we move on to AMIR NASERI. Apparently, he has designed these to look like that colorway of the Mercurial Vapor 9s, the CR7 white, black, gold. 100 pairs in the world, limited edition boot, which I happen to have a pair of with Ronaldo signature. But
very impressive, Jay. We're all very jealous of you.
Yes. Let me tell that story next time as well. No, but I think these are smashing. I mean, it's just smashing.
Yeah,
it's super simple. It's really not like rocket science, but still it takes something special to just see that simplicity. I like these.
This is good. I played around in the customizer with the whole white, black, gold thing because I love that combination. And I never came to this specific one, but I like this one the best out of everything I've seen. This is super clean.
Yes, I agree.
I would never think to do a black swoosh. I really wouldn't. I don't know why, but
I think it's very
great.
Solid. Yeah, I agree.
It has such good balance to it.
And it's got some strength to it as well. I think it really pops nicely. And has that old school simplicity, the minimalism of the older Vapors. So I like that a lot. For me, this is it's early to give a 10 out of 10, but I reckon this is a 10 out of 10.
It's pretty close. Like I'm gonna give it a 9 just because I think I feel like a 10 needs to be something more unique, but this in terms of like the best possible simple colorway, this is pretty much as good as it gets. Also kind of reminds me a little bit of Launch Vapor 3.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Like.
But the reason I give it a 10 out of 10 is for me, the 10 out of 10s are those that I would really, not just, I'd be able to live with wearing, but I'd actually want to wear them. And this would be one of those pairs that I'd actually really, I would even consider just buying another pair for me to wear them. I think they look that cool.
I'm with you. You're right. 10 out of 10.
I think
that's really good.
So long-time listener Ben DEACON has made his pair as a tribute to those Superflies that we saw in the Champions League final. I think they were called Under the Lights when they.
Okay, I know which ones you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. The Superfly 5s, orange navy. I think in terms of replicating those, it's a pretty solid effort. Personally, I'm not too crazy. I've never been for me, and that's something you need to know about me. When it comes to like combining colors, that's a weird thing to say. Combining colors, and anything that's like orange and purple or navy or yellow and blue or navy purple, it's just not. It's not vibing with me. So it goes against a lot of the things that I like on a football boot. Also because it has that chrome tooling. And I think when you have some darker colors, some heavier colors on the top, and then a bright light base for the tooling, I think it makes the boot look a little bit chunkier, heavier than it needs to. So I like to go with like a darker plate when you have a dark boot. It's just me.
Okay. As a standalone colorway without the reference, I don't love it. As a reference to that Superfly 5, which admittedly was not really one of my favorite colorways.
Yeah.
I get it. I think it needs, if that's the goal, is replicating that colorway, I think some Volt needs to be incorporated because that was another accent color.
Yeah.
But they're okay. It's just, again, not really, I'm kind of with you. It's not my cup of tea.
Sure.
6 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, I was going to go 5.5. Sorry, Ben, but it's not my jam. Then we have Bryan Lim here, who has made a relatively simple white boot, but has taken advantage of the fact that you can then have different accents on the two different boots, and I think it looks very cool. Yeah, I mean it's simple, but it does the job.
These are sick. I like this a lot. This is look. I feel compelled to give this 10 out of 10 if we gave the other ones 10 out of 10.
Wow,
I like this
really?
so much. This is sick. You don't think if Nike put out a right boot in silver, a left boot in gold, that people would go crazy?
Yeah. I just feel, it's missing a little bit of black in there. I just want a little bit of a black tooling for me would have taken it up higher. For me, it's an 8.5. I like it, but I'm not like blown away by it, if you know what I mean.
I'm going to go 9.5.
That's fair. And look, if this is a pair that you would personally go out and just say, I want to buy it, give it a 10 out of 10. I can fully get behind that. For me, it's just like, it's just missing that,
I love this because I was looking, I was really playing around with trying to do the mismatch thing and I couldn't convince myself on anything. This is super clean.
It's a good look. I agree. Then we have someone who calls him or herself Carnivorous Plants in Sydney. who has basically made a tribute to Manchester United because it is toxic.
Okay.
And I think also it's kind of a reference to that god-awful third shirt that the club has right now.
Okay. Gotcha.
I think, it's funny reference, how Man United fallen giant. Maybe not the right forum for that, with me at least. But I can definitely appreciate that it would look really, really sick with that away kit. I think it's nice. But there's just something about it that doesn't, I don't love it. I think cool, it's nice, potentially a 7.5 for the 7. It's a 7 for me. It's not bad. 6.5. Maybe we're down to 6.5.
Okay.
It's cool. It's solid. 7, 6.5, 7. I don't care.
I'm not with you on that. I really like these. I think these are sick. Yeah, I'm gonna go 8.5 on these. I think they're really nice.
Okay, fair enough. And I mean, it's something I could see Nike releasing, of course, without the big toxic thing on the side. But it's just it's not right there with me.
Oh, I like those a lot.
Okay, fair enough. Then we have Chris Melgar as obviously a tribute. He did 2 designs. This as a tribute to the first Safaris, and then obviously also the black and gold Safaris. And I thought these were cooler, so I brought these. Obviously, it's not 1-to-1, but I actually think it's probably the closest you can get with the current configurator in Nike ID. I like them. I think they're cool.
Yeah, I like them too. The only thing I don't love, and it's kind of a shame that Nike doesn't give you the option to just eliminate that air stripe branding on the lateral side of the forefoot. I think is that color tied to the outline of the swoosh? Is that what it is?
I think so, because otherwise I would have gone with a black outline on the swoosh.
Yeah. They look good, and I love, to me, the OG Safari print CR7s. It's still one of the coolest colorways ever.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I think if you look back in football boot history, that's one of the ones that kind of opened the floodgates of all right, we can do anything you want on a pair of football boots, and it'll fly. So I really like them in that regard. It's just that it's the orange in the forefoot that I don't love.
Yeah, I agree. It's a little bit. It's a little bit too busy for me compared to the OGs. But for me, it's credit where it's due. I think it's a solid 8 for me.
I'm gonna go 7.5, and I also think credit to this pair in particular for having the white upper with the black fly knit and that actually looking good, because I think that's tricky to do.
It is. I agree. Corey Ryan or Ryan Corey, I couldn't tell by the email name, but has actually received his pair of Mercs.
And quite the collection by the looks of it.
It is quite a collection, He is he's doing well.
The proper boot nerd.
Absolutely. And I think it's a really solid looking pair of boots. I think actually this is one time where that chrome, is that the chrome or iridescent AG tooling?
I think that's just the silver. I think
Is that just the silver? Okay. I think it's got there's a nice bit of playfulness to this. Obviously, you have those big Champions League inspired stars, and then you have the sparkles as well. Looks really cool, almost like tone in tone on the upper, with a few volt hints here and there. I like it.
I dig these a lot. This is a 9 out of 10 for me.
Solid.
Yeah, and they really remind me of kind of like a white version of the EA Sports Hypervenom Phantom 3s.
Yeah, I can kind of roll with that. Very solid. Derek Hernandez has also received his pair of... Yeah, that's what I thought when I saw it. Look, I can definitely appreciate that some people just like it wild. And there's definitely just a lot of, zero fucks given here. Absolutely zero. They're not my cup of tea. I probably wouldn't wear these, but I appreciate the fact that he's just gone for pure chaos. And...
Pure chaos is a great way to describe these. They're cool though. I like them.
They're out there, and I think it's a good fit with that iridescent tooling, because it's just more of just like in your face madness, right? But where are we at? I'm
at 8 on this one. I like it's not something I would necessarily want to wear, but as like a really flashy colorway, this is cool. And I think back to like Superfly 4 Vapor 10 when they had that like lime green with the pink swoosh, and that was like a greatest hit for that model.
I didn't vibe with that either. I'm actually looking at it right now, and maybe that's
actually there was a Volt with pink as well, wasn't there?
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Yeah,
the Volt and pink. Maybe that's what he's gone for. In which case, fair play, Derek. But it's just maybe it's the white and Volt and pink that's just a little bit.
I don't know. I dig them, and I like the iridescent sole plate too.
Yeah, I wish I want to like them, but I don't. I'm sorry. Sorry, Derek, but I hope you like them. I hope you like them a lot. And it takes a certain kind of player to wear these. And so if you have the courage to wear these, you must be one hell of a player. So kudos. Not my kind of jam though.
Mm-hmm. Moving on.
Diego Nieves.
Dope.
Yeah,
really
I think
cool.
It works. Like I seem to sense a trend here where all the white based boots this year, they just look kind of cool. Have a white base, have a different colored collar, Flyknit collar, and then a swoosh that pops and it works. It's not high rocket science for me, but it just like I'd wear them.
Oh, I would wear these totally. I really like this a lot. It gives me Jordan 1 vibes for some reason.
Oh, totally.
It's an 8.5. Really, really nice.
8.
Okay.
Black tooling, 8.5. 8 on these for me. Sorry. Then we have EFRAIN CEJA or KEJA or however you say that last name. Man's obviously a genius. What else can I say? When full, triple, quadruple, however much red you can go, just like has a very refined taste. Obviously, this is easily, of course, a 10 out of 10. It's the best looking boot we have today.
All right, there it is. The official rating from J Mike, 10 out of 10. Can't imagine why he gave that one out.
No,
it's an 8. I think they're really like all red. You can't go wrong with it. Looks sweet.
Man, try working with this guy. EMILIO TLACOMULCO. Wow. I'm gonna butcher. I've butchered that last name. I'm so sorry. EMILIO TLACOMULCO. Maybe it's an I.
I don't know how to say that either. I'm not even gonna make an attempt.
No, please do.
The internet thinks I say everything incorrectly. So
it could also be TLACOMULCO, and it's just TLACOMULCO, and it's just like. Anyways, we're talking about people's last name here. EMILIO, yo man, big up. Made these also pretty nifty boots that I actually, the more I look at them, the more I like them. Again, imagine a blue tooling or black tooling. That would have been sweet. But I love that. I love the shade of blue that he's gone with, obviously. And I think, again, having like this little cheeky color difference on both boots is cool.
As much as I think blue and silver is a cool combo, I don't typically like it on football boots for whatever reason. No, I think there was a Magista Obra 2 that was like a similar navy blue with a silver swoosh.
Yeah, it was. I don't think it was silver. I think it was just white. I'm looking at it right now.
Was it just white?
Yeah.
This is what it kind of reminds me of those. And it's just, I like them, but I don't love them.
Here's what I don't like. For me. Here's what I don't like. I don't like the red on, maybe it's the airbag that's red, but something is red on the tooling. And that doesn't really gel well with the blue, the gold, especially.
There's just it runs into, as simple as it looks. It almost looks like there's too many colors for some reason.
For me, it's like middle of the road. It's a 7.
Okay.
Minor tweaks. It could have been really good though, for me. This is wicked from a guy who calls himself GAMYU. So many things that work really, really, really well here. A few things I would change, but the basic idea of having like a navy upper, gold tooling, white swoosh, black outline, boom. Like that's an instant win right there. Drop the black stars. they don't do any
You don't need
good
them
for
there?
it. No,
But
no.
I like the subtle detail of that.
I think it makes it look a little muddy, for the lack of a better word.
Okay.
Take that away, and we're on a 9.5. But with those stars, it's I'm down to like an 8.5. I think they're really cool, but a couple of things I would change that would really, for me, make the boots better.
Yeah, I like these a lot. I think I'm an 8, and I think it's you've done well to make black and blue as a color combo work, because I feel like that's, I don't know, it's something that I typically don't do, but I think it looks great.
Agreed. Then we have a pair of boots from a guy who calls himself Gary TOOGOOD. If that's indeed your name, then that is too good of a name. See, I understand where you're going with this, but for me, it's just too much.
It's busy, but it looks very. They look very expensive.
I'm just thinking Diablo here. It's just like, yeah, I think there's a bit too much going on for me. But I agree. I could see the expensive, very luxurious in that, really almost overdone blingy way. More is more.
They're blingy. That's a good way to put it. They're blingy. You could put these in one of those big designer stores in a case in glass in the middle of the floor, and people would walk up to it and be like, "Whoa, those are probably really expensive." Yeah. They're cool though. I like them. See, this is another one of those colorways where, I don't know, the way my brain works with Nike IDs is, if Nike released them themselves, would people want them? And I feel like this would actually do really well.
You think? Oh, yeah.
I think so. I'm an 8 out of 10 on this one. I like them.
I don't hate them, but I'm not super overexcited about them. I think I'm a 6.5 or 7. Probably a 7. I think 6.5 is too harsh.
Okay.
Then we have George Alvarado, who sent in 2 designs that he couldn't decide between, and he wants to buy one of them, it seems. Maybe he's already bought them, but he asked us for advice on which one of them to buy, and of course we should rate them. The one that we think he should buy. So which one? 1 or 2, the pink or the green one?
I am team green.
I agree.
And the reason why is my brain immediately went to a pair of LeBrons.
Oh.
Or were they LeBron 8s or 7s? I think
See, now you're moving into territory where
No, you don't even know.
No.
It's kind of like the Miami retro colors a little bit, which I quite like. The pink ones do look good. I'm not going to lie. Search Miami, LeBron.
Tell you what these remind me of. They remind me of those watermelon F50 Adi Zeros from 2010.
Oh, LeBron 8 South Beach is what I have in my head.
LeBron 8 South Beach.
That's what I have in my head.
Aha. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can see it.
They remind me of that. I think that's cool. The only thing is I would ditch the mismatch laces. I just don't care for that.
Yeah, I don't like those either. I actually hadn't even seen that. No, don't dig it. Go black. Black laces. Black laces.
You think black?
Yeah,
really?
man. Yeah. It needs a little bit of black in there. Just a splash of black somewhere. Maybe even no, don't go black outline on the swoosh. That would, of course, give you those stripes. Nah, black laces, I think that would freshen it up quite a lot. You have the black stud tips. Cool. A little bit of black accent here and there. I think it'd do well. With that said, I mean, they're not boots I would wear, but I think they actually pull off being wild in a slightly wonky way. So 7.5 for just being outrageous, but pulling it off.
I'm with you on that. 7.5. Very, very vibrant.
Yes, we have JCARDOZA. It's a little bit hard to make out the boot, but I get the I understand where he's going here. Mm-hmm. Is he Mexican, do you think? Like white and red and green?
He might be.
If you're not and you get offended, we're sorry. It's just a wild guess. But I think this works.
It is actually cool. Yeah, it's not... Again, I wouldn't typically do the white, red, green thing, but I like it.
It's a very popular combination, it seems, with the designs we're looking at today. Mm-hmm. For me, this is a 7.
Yeah, I think the argument here is that it's not that different from like launch colorway.
Sure.
But it looks good. I'm going to go 7.5. I like them.
Fair enough. Jason Mayala. Basically all black. Iridescent tooling, white swoosh and air blocking, and then white laces. You need to get him some pure laces, Josh. Just look.
Yeah, those look like they're pulled off the pair of sneakers a little bit, but
which never looks great. But I think the boot itself actually looks surprisingly good for just a black and white boot. I like that.
It's sweet, and I think the iridescent sole plate was a good call. I just think that's the way to go over a white sole plate.
I agree.
10 out of 10 times. These are just cool.
Yeah, I thought you were just gonna say 10 out of 10, but for me this is a 9 out of 10. I think it's super powerful.
I'm with you too. 9 out of 10. This is if you want a pair of black boots to stand out, this is the way to do it.
I agree. So now we have a guy whose last name I'm definitely also gonna completely butcher. J SKROCH or SKROCH or
I think SKROCH is probably right.
SKROCH maybe. J SKROCH. No, me neither. J, man to man. I think these are nice. What I could have done with here, is just a little bit of white somewhere. Maybe
a little bit of white. In my head, Jay, whenever you go with these criticisms and I know you're about to share your opinion, I always try to guess, is he going to say add black or add white? And I'm always wrong. Always.
Oh man, so you thought I would add black. I mean, black would also be cool, but I think
for sure
white would just freshen it up a little bit, make it a little bit lighter. So I think a white swoosh.
See, and I'm just like,
solid.
I see what you're saying. I think that would look good, but I like the two-tone, just simplicity of this one.
8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 would rock.
I'm an 8.5. I like these a lot.
Fair enough. Then we have these Jeremy Goldsmith, who I think he's been checking out your design. They look.
This is very cool. I feel like I probably had this exact configuration at one point.
Yeah, I like
Nike
it.
ID.
I think
this is where my brain goes if I'm like, oh, let me make something cool as soon as I see the options. Yeah, so I like this a lot. This is a 9 for me.
I think it's a solid 8. I think yours was slightly cooler, and I think I gave it an 8.5. So 8 for me. This. You think this is cooler than yours?
No, I don't think they're cooler than mine, but I like them a lot. But mine were a 10 out of 10, so.
Of course. Yeah, of course. As we all remember. What? Anyways, we have Jesulani with actually a very nice pair here. I feel that it looks quite similar to one of the stock options you can get there, but taking that and just tweaking it to your liking, it's also a good thing. I think this is super strong, and this is probably more what I'd imagine these other like super luxurious blingy boots could have looked like to appeal to me. Strong 8.5 would rock. Okay,
see, and I like the other ones more than this. The other red ones.
I think you're also you respond better to blingy stuff than I do.
I do. I think I do. I'm gonna go 7 out of 10 on these ones. They are nice though.
But that's where the Dane in me. Well, I'm fully Danish, but this is where my Scandinavian minimalism just kicks in, and I just like a little bit more toned down and stuff. It's how we're brought up, right? Jesus Garcia, white, silver, black sparkle, peach. I mean,
sick.
This is
so sick.
This is what Nike would have done on like a white academy pack, right? Easy win. 9 out of 10 would wear, definitely. I think it's
9.5 for me. These are sick.
Joseph SPOOR.
Wow. See, I think these would be sweet in person.
Just take.
I think in reality, this is gonna look well.
I hate the Champions League star pattern. I don't vibe with it. So get rid of that and add the sparkles instead. And we'd be talking like I'd be at least half to a full grade higher. But 8 out of 10? Nah. Okay. 7.5. 7.5.
All right, so I think 7.5 is where I'm at as well. I also wouldn't do. I think doing both of the pattern options is a lot. I agree with you on that, and I just much prefer the galaxy looking pattern versus the stars.
Yeah,
I think I would also do. I'd be curious what black laces would look like on this one.
Or the green laces. that's an option.
Or green. Yeah, I agree. I don't think I would do white laces.
No, I agree. And black boots don't do white laces as a rule of thumb for me. Joshua Tang.
Okay. This might be my favorite, like, colorful one. Okay. I dig these a lot. This is, right off the bat, 9 out of 10. These are sweet.
So what do I want to add here? What do I want to add here?
I don't know. It's a great question.
What would I change?
That's a great question. Honestly, I actually think that the star, I know I just said I didn't like the star pattern, but I think the star pattern inside the swoosh would actually benefit this one.
No.
I think it would.
It doesn't benefit anything. It's awful. It's horrible. No, I think take that swoosh and make it white instead of gray or silver chrome. And then it's awesome. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Keep the chrome tooling.
This episode is turning into Josh rating Nike IDs and then Jay giving his IKEA stance on everything. How would IKEA modify this design?
Make it white or black. No, but I think it's strong. 8.5 out of 10. I think it's really powerful. Really powerful.
These are also good.
Oh, did you rate them?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I gave them a 9.
KENNETH LUONG. See, this has heavy Superfly 4 vibes.
Yeah, this is sick. I love, like, to me, this is so cool because if you know your boots, it's like, but that's immediate. You know the reference.
But this is the exact reason why they're cool. If that Superfly 4 hadn't been a thing, I wouldn't like these.
No, me too. But I agree with you.
I like the reference to them, and I think for that reason alone, I'm at an 8. Well done. Actually, I don't like the colorway, but well done. I think it's a cool reference back in time, and I'd probably rock just for that reason alone.
No, I'm going 9. I'm going 9 just because like it took me half a second to recognize what it was, and that's cool.
My boots were an 8. Mate.
Yeah.
Oh.
Jay, you just went on the configurator and you're like red.
If we weren't ending the Boot Nerds podcast as you know it already, it would be done now. It would be over.
Oh, Jay, you're gonna love this next pair. I can't wait.
Wow. Leon KELEPOURIS. Do you know what it needs? Do you know what it needs, man? What does it need?
Not stars.
No, it doesn't need the stars. But what would help this a lot? Which
You're
color?
Gonna say like a black sole plate for some reason.
Yeah, but which color's not there? There's no black. There's no solidity. There's no nothing to balance out the very crisp white light. No, it needs
I'm so against black sole plate on this. Like that would be. I would go for every other color before black on this one.
No.
But I don't mind these. They're not my favorite.
Black laces.
No, I see. I don't like that. But I'm gonna go for 7.5 on this one. I do like them.
I'm not a fan. I'm down to 6.5, man. Leon, okay. I'm sorry. I'm not. Yeah, not vibing with me. Mohammed HISHAAM. See, those green sparkles are popular today.
Yes, they are.
They're good. There's just something that what will make these better? What will make these better?
I think getting rid of the gold.
Yeah? No, see, I
don't think the gold fits in.
I'd probably rather get rid of the chrome for me, at least. I think that gold and green, it looks very nice together. I'm getting like Arabian vibes. I think it's cool.
Okay.
But maybe,
maybe like a gold sole plate?
Take away the stars.
If you're going to keep the gold?
Stars. No stars.
Get rid of the stars.
Yeah. But I think they're good. 8 out of 10.
Okay. I'm lower. I'm 6.5 on this one. This one's not.
That was really. Okay, I'm interested in this one. Nevin Thomas.
Oh no.
Yeah.
But
this feels like to me, like with all due respect, and this is what you say when you then disrespect people a lot. But there's no respectful way of saying this. But I I do not like this. And it feels very much like just someone said, okay, let's make something that doesn't match. Let's just take every option that makes this very different to look at, just all the way down. Maybe there's reason to the madness, but is not vibing well with my Scandinavian mind. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
If there's a reference there, I'm not getting it.
Yeah.
It's a 3.
Yeah, I'm truly sorry, Nevin, but I'm with Josh here. It's 3.
That's not good.
Yeah. Royston.
Okay.
Just Royston.
Okay. This is cool.
See, now we're talking. Because it's like, reverse the air color with the lace color and the swoosh. And
this is sweet. This is, again, kind of like the Miami South Beach vibes, but done in a way that is, dare I say, classy.
It's almost classy. I mean, watermelon vibes are hard to make classy, but for me, it actually works. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. I would consider wearing these, yeah.
See, I'm higher. See, this is another one where I look at this and I think, if Nike put this out, people are going crazy. I think so. This is a 9. I'm gonna stick there.
It's gonna be a little bit of Halloween vibes for me. It's like, they're nice, but they're also a little bit. They're not 100% serious. They're a little bit for like a bubbly character who's also like he knows how to also be ironic, sarcastic. Yeah, these are kind of wild, but I can pull it off.
Okay.
Right, I think
I totally know what you mean.
Savion Peled.
Not my favorite. I'll be honest.
I agree. It needs.
I don't know how I feel about that. The Volt yellow with that teal color.
Nah, I'm not. Doesn't really work for me either. To be honest, that's a 4.5 for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a 5.
Okay, you're gonna be the nice guy.
I'm gonna be the nice guy.
Yeah, just leave me hanging, man. Scott Avery, I mean,
sweet.
Yeah,
super cool.
It gives me Flying It Ultra vibes. The first one, like,
yeah,
it's just get rid of those god awful stars. I mean, why, Scott? Why? You had so much going for you. Everything was aligned. It was all beautiful, and then you did that. It was bad.
You know what? I actually agree with you on this one. I think it would look better without the stars. But as it is, it's still super nice, super clean. I'd wear them. 8 out of 10.
What?
8 out of 10.
Really? Oh, well, they're 9 out of 10 for me because, I mean, everything. Well, okay. Fair enough.
Right.
Simo Achuba. This is an interesting one. I really don't know how to feel about these.
These are sick. They're really, really cool. I never made this combo. Never even thought about it.
No.
I'm trying to think of what university has
it's unusual.
Those colors.
Yeah, I can't help you there.
I feel like it's LSU or something like that.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Sounds about right. But anyways, it's cool. I do like it.
I actually agree with you.
I'm gonna go 8.5 on these ones.
Just add a little hint of, black laces. Black tooling wouldn't. Nah, black laces. Yeah, I like it. 8.
8.5, and don't listen to Jay. All right.
Stivus. Whatever it says on the screen. See, this is something that I could see Nike releasing. And it'd also be a colorway that I would probably give them a little bit of stick for. Just, it's easy. It doesn't look bad, but it's not, for me, it's not mind-blowing either. And I don't like, and that's not your fault, but I don't like the blue air zoom and stripes. If you could take that away and just have the white boot, blue sock, blue outline on the swoosh, it'll actually look very good. But I just think it looks a little bit...
I mean, I think these are really... This to me screams, I'm matching my boots to my kit.
In which case...
In which case, super, super nice.
Because obviously
8.5.
that is the most noble of reasons to design a boot ever, right? That is an instant 10 out of 10. If that is to match your kit, 10 out of 10. Because only the
and I think we're only looking at the outside of the boot. And I know there's a lot of people that don't like the air branding. I personally like it. I think the air side would look really cool with this color combo as well.
I can show it on the screen. You can't see it, and I don't remember what it looked like, but he probably sent over like an inside shot of the shoe as well. So let's see what it looks like. But I think if this is designed to match the kit, instant 10 out of 10. No, 9.5 out of 10 because it's not red. But
all right.
Now I would say like an 8 out of 10 for me. What you?
Okay.
What you?
I was 8.5. I like those. I like those ones.
We end things off with Unbuildable, which is not the most fitting name for this boot because I think it is very buildable. And I think it is probably the only boot I have seen yet where the star pattern actually works. And I can't believe the words are coming out of my mouth.
And
these are cool.
Is this the gray?
I think so. But it kind of looks a little bluish, right?
Yeah, it's like I really liked that color in the configurator. It reminded me of a shark.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I almost think like if you swapped out the gold for some blue, what that would look like.
No. This is perfect.
I like them though.
You want to put blue and make it an abomination. Why? Of all the colors you could pick, you said blue, my man. No, if this needs anything, it needs white.
Oh my God. Someone needs to go back and count how many times what his recommendation count is on black and white.
I think
he hasn't recommended any other color.
Yeah. Oh man. But
I do like these ones. They're certainly unique. And I think they would actually look much better in the flesh.
I think they're really, really good actually. I would if they dropped as a regular release, I'd probably go and get them.
Yeah, I'm so curious to see how that gold pattern would look in person against the kind of matte gray. Probably pretty cool.
But I think it makes the stars they don't pop, which is a good thing because they're ugly.
Yeah.
But it has that, it has that golden shimmery effect to it. I dig it. 9. Yeah. Definitely.
No. You know what? You've convinced me. I'm a 9.
Yeah.
I like these a lot.
Yeah. As long as you don't put that god-awful blue on it. What are you on about, man?
No blue.
Well, fair enough. Guys and girls, that was all the ratings of the boots that you have sent to us on the email address. Thank you so much for taking the time to do these things. Maybe you had them on hand already, but if you just sat down after the podcast did them, sent them in, thank you so much. We appreciate that. It's fun. It's great content. And it's actually, again, we've talked about it before, but I really enjoy seeing what you can also do. Obviously, there are people out there who are more genius than at least me. And I like to see that sort of creativity. What's your takeaway? Key takeaway from this?
A key takeaway is that
just add white.
Jay hates stars. We know that. And anything that's not white or black, he doesn't care for. Jay is anti-color.
Wow.
Unless it's all red.
Wow.
And I'm just realizing now that he really is he's the IKEA of the football boot world. He really is.
Oh, yeah, well, fair enough. I guess I'll take that.
But great designs. Thank you for sending them.
Yes.
Hopefully Jay didn't hurt anyone's feelings.
Hopefully not.
Because I feel like he was very critical today.
Yeah, I think I was fair. I mean, I'm such a mellow.
Did you have a bad sleep last night, Jay?
I'm such a mellow dude. I was surprised at how nice you were today. You were so generous. You usually just like rah, rah, take them down right there. But no. It's we always play good cop, bad cop, but I'm just usually the good cop, I feel. But hey, thank you so much, guys. I can't believe that some of the design choices Josh would have gone with, but I mean, we can't all be winners, eh? So it's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed this, and we're definitely going to do this again. You know, obviously, you all know that the format's going to change and all that stuff. But I think this is some of the concepts that one of the concepts we're gonna hang on to, right?
I love doing these. These are always fun. And look, if you have more designs and we get more,
send them in.
We could do a part 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
Send them in.
So emails down in the description and in the comments. So just keep them coming. We'd like to see more. Josh, we're gonna do one more episode before the turn of the year. It's also gonna be the last episode, as you know it, of the Boot Nerds podcast. It's gonna be the top 5 best boots of 2022. I have my list ready. It is good to go. We talked about it yesterday. You have a couple more boots to like sort out. But I'm excited to hear your list. And let's see if it's Moody Josh or Generous Josh.
It'll be I will be as critical as possible.
Great. So back to your old self.
Yeah, absolutely. So
all right, man. But guys and girls, thank you so much for tuning in today. It's been a pleasure as always. We're gonna do some questions for we're gonna end off on a high with some questions. So if you have some questions for the last episode of the year, the last episode of this current format of the Boot Nerds podcast, now is the time to leave them in the comment section right down below. It's okay if you don't subscribe. We can live with that. But you should go and subscribe to Josh's channel, SR4U, and go and subscribe to Unispo, because we're gonna stay a lot on those channels as well. And this is not the end. I'm gonna see you soon anyway. So I'm talking way too much. I'm JMI. I approve this message. See you all later. Bye bye.
That might be the best outro of any episode.
Don't subscribe. Don't like. Just these channels. Cool. See you later.
If you didn't unsubscribe after that, thank you.
Later, guys.